All right, Matrixx and Rhodes show supporters. Well, we're going to talk about this TikTok ban. They were trying to get this Joker banned, and it was supposedly going to go dark by Sunday evening. Trump, it looks like, has stepped in and saved the platform, at least for the time being. And there's around 170 million Americans that use this platform. I got to be honest with you, I am torn on this because I don't love the idea of any platform being censored at all. There's also the aspect of there's a hell of a lot of legitimate American content creators over there, and that's their income. They run businesses off of that. And John and I were talking about the fact that what would happen if we lost YouTube? I mean, a place like Rumble, you know, the dirty little secret over there that nobody tells you is that Rumble is paying a lot of content creators directly in contracts yearly to be on that platform. Otherwise, they'd still be on YouTube. Let's not get confused. So I understand. I can only imagine the fear that some of these people have with their livelihood about to go down the drain. A lot of proud Trump supporters use that platform, and Trump used it to win the election. Make no mistake about it. So that was about to go dark, and Trump has stepped in and saved it for the time being anyway. And the point of this is to wait to see, is there going to be an American buyer swoop in and buy this joker? I know I saw just the other day that Kevin O'Leary's Shark Tank is trying to buy this platform. There's been rumblings of Elon, all right, that might step in and grab this thing. So I don't know what's going to happen here. MSNBC, President-elect Donald Trump told NBC News, Meet the Press, moderator Kristen Welker, in a phone interview Saturday that he will, quote, most likely give TikTok a 90-day reprieve from a potential ban in the U.S. after he takes office Monday. Trump said he hadn't made a final decision, but considering a 90-day extension of the Sunday deadline for TikTok's China-based parent company to sell to a non-Chinese buyer or face a U.S. ban. Quote, I think that would be certainly an option that we would look at. The 90-day extension is something that will be most likely done because it's appropriate. You know, it's appropriate. We have to look at it very carefully. It's a very big situation, Trump said in the phone interview. Quote, I'll decide to do that. I'll probably announce it on Monday. He's probably going to be putting in a boat ton of executive orders too. A lot of executive orders. He's got a lot of cleanup. He's cleaning up a hell of a mess. A 90-day extension under specific conditions is explicitly allowed in the bipartisan law passed last year. But an extension Monday may not be enough to avoid the app going dark for at least a day because the current deadline for compliance is Sunday. The fate of TikTok is one of these subjects that has consumed the final days of Biden's administration, and many of the app's millions of U.S. users are eagerly awaiting a resolution. The Biden administration has repeatedly said it does not plan to enforce the law, punting that responsibility to Trump. But TikTok said Friday that the White House assurances may not be enough to prevent the app from shutting down. TikTok says it plans to go dark Sunday unless it receives greater, quote, clarity and assurance about potential legal fallout, including against the third-party service providers. White House Press Secretary Karen Jean-Pierre, good Lord, called TikTok's plans to go dark, quote, a stunt in a statement on Saturday morning. We have seen the most recent statement from TikTok. It is a stunt. We see no reason for TikTok or other companies to take actions in the days before the Trump administration takes office on Monday. We have laid out our position clearly and straightforwardly. Actions to implement this law will fall to the next administration. So TikTok and other companies should take up any concerns with them. Imagine them passing the buck. I mean, that doesn't surprise anybody. So right here, Trump says he will give TikTok a 90-day extension. The Dems were hoping the ban would pass under Trump's watch so they can say he's a dictator and suppressing free speech. Well, there's also the aspect that there could be a lot of our data going to China. Okay, and that's one of the problems the conservatives have about the platform. There is still concern there, and that's why we're looking for it to be sold to somebody, preferably in the U.S. However, this plan is going to backfire because now Trump is going to save TikTok, and the 170 million Americans who use TikTok are going to have no choice but to appreciate Trump's achievement. Just in case you're wondering, none of our channels are actually officially on TikTok. Somebody is posting our content, and we've turned it into TikTok multiple times. I don't know if anything's ever been done about it. If this gets bought by a U.S. buyer, I got a feeling I might talk to John about us doing some content over there. But not before then, I don't think. So, yes, the woke Dems want this outcome just to point fingers. It's like their trademark ever since the lot of them were outed a few years back. And this is just some response to this. How will the left spin the extension from Trump? Oh, I'm sure they'll be like, oh, he's wrapping his love around China. I could see them trying to go that route, even though they're on their knees, both knees, to China continuously. Exactly. All these woke influencers will have Trump to thank for saving this app. It's a smart move to have more than X. Never put all your eggs in one basket. He will bring it back. Culture will continue shifting pro common sense and against commie control. Again, I don't like the idea of people being suppressed or losing platform. I don't like the deplatforming aspect of it at all. Gen Z will remember who saved their app. Absolutely. My daughter, no fan of Trump, just said, that's a savage move right there. Well, what does that tell you? He reached, by the way, a lot of people prior to the election on TikTok. That's how these younger people are getting their news, which is frightening. But, I mean, we're not using the legacy media for the most part anymore either. So there's that. The rise of citizen journalism. We know that. This is a big win for Trump. It could be a huge win for Trump. Absolutely. Is it a bad idea if Elon bought it and merged it with X? Yeah. I wonder, could you cross-platform there somehow? That would be interesting. Um, that's interesting. Everything the Dems have done will backfire. They can go get bent, and there's a lot of that kind of stuff. Outmaneuvered the liberals again. China wouldn't sell before. That's why we are here. Yeah, I do wonder if ultimately China's just going to let it die. You know, I think that's a possibility because if they're not going to be able to have it, why do they care? Well, they'll profit from it, from the sale. So I guess that's part of it. And Trump may be able to use other kinds of financial pressures to get them to agree to do it. That may be the other thing he's working on here. He's going to do that with a lot of things, tariffs and etc. The External Revenue Service he brought up the other day, which I think is hilarious. I would like to see all three-letter entities just go by the way of the dinosaurs. I mean, seriously, abolish them all. Tell me what you think. Interesting. 11th hour, Trump swoops in like Superman. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.